Ghost.
You're on. Are we on?
I hope so.
I don't think we are.
Oh.
Oh wait.
Mhm.
I'm looking in deep into the past using my elven eyes. That's a thing they can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
I think it's fixed.
everyone, welcome! Welcome to Walk On Roll. Twitch's best, newest, most independent, we don't have funding to do this professionally, tabletop role-playing game show hosted by myself, Kevin Allen, and our man at the helm who, if I just listened to him, the things would have been fine. Justin Zagri! He's running the show. He's got his eyes on the chat, as do I, because you're here too, and thank you so much for being here. We do appreciate everybody who participates, both in our chat and in our school, and just being there for us, because we're doing great. I'm also joined by my wonderful players, who you know as Zachary Jaworski,
Hello.
Katie Katulik,
Yay!
Liana Manassian,
Howdy.
and Garrett Schlackhauser.
Yeah. What's up? I have half a Red Bull and I'm ready to party. Let's go.
Oh yeah, does everyone have a beverage of choice? Because I'm joined by my tea, as always. And Liana, to answer your question, it's lavender citrus sage.
Lovely. Very relaxing. I just have water. Just gotta hydrate.
That's important.
Let's see if this has any actual ingredients in it, like lavender, citrus, and sage.
Yeah, we're
Red
just being
Bull?
sponsored by Red Bull this episode. That's after some long days of work, this is what gets us through.
Oh,
I want
that's
to be
fine.
wired in like an hour, but
Tell
got
me about
nice
it. I
cinnamon.
literally, I feel like I had a workout session up on my chest just from doing repetitive tasks. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, especially you, the audience. I got in the car and I was like, I'm sore, I'm tired. I kind of don't want to do tonight. But T-Rex's Bang a Gong, Get It On was playing on the radio. So let's get it on. The gong is ringing. Class is in session. We are going to come back to Haven Hearth School of Sorcery, and we're going to jump right back into, finally, our second day of classes. Last episode, we finished day one by having you guys find your way back into the school after having locked yourselves out. You had the potential aid of student body president Thomas Hyman, who you duped into thinking you were other people and then decided not to follow him in. Even though his job as student body president is to look after these student bodies. So what else? That's a thing that happened.
Yeah, man. We don't just follow Thomas around, okay? He doesn't own us. Also, we weren't really thinking clearly at the time.
No.
Speaking of not owning, we had a heartfelt goodbye to Enzo the Cockatrice from Alex, or at least that's what he claims. We don't really know yet. And by we, I mean myself, you all, and the professors of Havenhearth. So because of that, they've gathered all of the seniors and held them back in the grand cafetoriums for questioning while everyone else goes off to their class. Who's excited for tonight?
I am excited for tonight. Wait,
All right.
oh yeah, that's right. They held me back because I'm tall.
mhm.
Yeah, they
I'm
did.
old.
Well, the spell did wear off, so you no longer look old.
Well, because I'm older, even though I'm taking classes with the younger people. But am I?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. What's happening?
You are their senior.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Anahi got to head off to Intro to Divination, and Alex is now being ushered by Thomas outside the front of the building so that he can join the rest of his class for Magizoology, and that's where we'll begin tonight.
Ooh.
Woo.
I wanted to be. We were supposed to be in the same class. As
We
Alex
were.
leaves, I goes, "We were supposed to be in the same class." So we'll see.
I didn't realize that when we left off, I was being ushered to my next class.
Well, okay, fine. Here's what's actually happening. Thomas has been instructed by Professor Phillips to inform your professor that you will be meeting with that he will be down a student. So you're kind of just walking along together. But you don't have to.
You're right. I, in fact, whilst among the many other students, pull out my knapsack and look into it and say, "Oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry. I left all my books in my room. I'll be there before. I won't be late." And I just like show that I was like, "See, it's empty. Left. I was studying real hard last night. Can I just need to run by the common rooms."
Oh, yeah. Just be quick about it.
Yeah, of course. Bolt. I bolt back to the common room. And go to my room.
Zach,
What's going on? What do I see?
what you see,
No,
You
see?
son of a bitch. Sorry, no
Particularly
cursing.
as I rush under my bed. What do I see?
I'm
Is it
so mad at you.
Enzo?
I'm so mad at you, Zach. I have to prepare 3 different scenes for tonight, and you decided to opt for none of them. One of those scenes includes an actual lesson in Magizoology, which I'm going to promote it on social media. Being like, hey, everybody, you'll learn something too. I'm giving a real magic lesson, and you have said no to that.
What's happening?
What does he have? Some naughty mags under there? What's going on?
My God.
Oh snap! Here
I'm trying
we go.
to help. Like, it doesn't have to be whatever you think it is, or maybe it is.
Books
Tell
are
us,
not
what is
there.
it?
We've been over this.
What is it?
Alex's books are not in his room. They're with his friends.
True.
Yeah, we
It's
have.
true. I do have your
Um,
books.
But is there
Long
anything
night.
else under my bed? Or is there nothing under my bed?
Should this be a roll?
You know what? Oh my God. No, it's not a role. This is not a thing he left up to chance. He just wants me now to envision the dorm room, is because that's a detail I've kind of been leaving out. Okay, Zach, you walk into you approach your room and you smell. So we're gonna jump now downstairs.
Clever.
We're gonna jump now down. I had this whole layout planned. We're gonna go to the Grand Cafetorium, and we're gonna catch up with JJ, who has just been abandoned by Alex and Thomas.
Like
and
that abandoned. That's very true.
Yeah.
How dare you go to
Parents are still
class?
there too, right?
Professor Phillips is still kind of manning the doorway, and you are meandering about with a lot of upperclassmen, none of which you know.
I catch eyes with Paris Colourpop across the room, and I go, "You killed a guy? What? No, you didn't kill a guy. Don't. What? Oh, got it. I raise my hand. Can I go to? I'm sorry, I'm very young. I'd like to go to my zoo class, please. I have an orangutan, and this is, I feel like, the only class I really need to take.
If you recall, when we last left off, Principal Lissagoy said that she'd be lifting any appearance enchantments. Paris and JJ, I need you to describe to me what you both are wearing. How do you appear currently?
Geez, wasn't prepared for this.
Well, that's kind of a theme tonight.
So I've got shoes. I'm wearing regular kind of brown shoes that are lace-up Vans, but they're like the cheap Vans that you kind of get when you only want to spend like $30 on a pair of shoes for school. So those are my shoes. And then I'm wearing, jeans of the blue denim variety. And I've
pants?
got a
Sorry.
full pants. I'm
Okay.
not wearing denim shorts. Although now I'm regretting that I didn't say that I'm wearing denim shorts.
I just wanted to make sure
Shorts.
it's, you're a Midwesterner in the 90s. I don't know.
Actually, you know what? I am wearing. You know what I'm wearing? I'm wearing the little the pants that you can zip off at below the knee to make shorts. That's what I'm wearing, baby. They've got the cargo pockets on the side. They're
I
ready to go.
love
There's my book is shoved into one of the cargo pockets, which is a dumb idea because it's too heavy. But whatever. I haven't learned. I'm a child.
Not your textbook. Which one is it? This is a throwback for only you. Is it Steve Strand's The Magic Man?
I've got a shirt on, a Legend of Zelda T-shirt on, because why not? It's just young. It's just a Link, like the old 16-bit version of Link they used to sell them at Target.
Cool.
And yeah, and then over that I'm wearing my robes that are colored sapphire for my house.
Yeah, with a little bit of a purplish tinge.
Yeah.
And your glasses, of course.
Obviously.
Paris?
Well, since we knew what our schedules were, she's got to obviously dress for the occasion. If I didn't know I was going to be stopped here, but on my way to divination, underneath my robes, which they're very stylish robes, I knew I'm going to divination, so like telling the future, sort of, if not kind of, yeah. So it's 1998, which means Miss Cleo is a thing. I'm wearing a T-shirt that's got Miss Cleo's picture and number on it because I'm from LA, baby. And that's she's part of the Psychic Readers Network that started in 1997 to 2003.
I love your
Look that
attention to detail. I really do.
Yeah, and then yeah, I mean, I'd say she probably, if again, for telling the future and whatnot, and she's got the Miss Cleo thing, I'd say she's probably got matching little bauble, like a fortune teller ball earrings.
Oh, okay. Crystal ball earrings. That's fun.
Yeah.
All right. Are you wearing jeans too, or shoes?
No, it's I'd say probably like corduroy pants, like fashionable corduroy bell-bottom pants.
Yeah. I remember that revival was in '97. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Now your hair is multicolored and glittery. How much of that is an enchantment routine?
Oh, that's definitely just lots of product. As far as the glitter and whatnot, that's not magic. That is makeup. Yeah, the glitter is definitely not magic. But the hair color changing, yeah, that's something I'll experiment with both. I do magic and experiment on my own. So that the hair color is definitely a combo of them, but the glitter is all natural. Well, it's added in by myself, not magic. All natural. Yeah.
Okay, great. I got a vivid picture. All of that was just to confirm that JJ is in fact covering his burnt ankle. Roll great for me.
Ooh.
Feeling it. You're hobbling a little bit. You can tough it out. I'll let you. Okay, so Professor Segoy addresses the room, and I haven't planned this out exactly, but she opens with, once again, thank you everyone for staying just a bit long. We just wanted to make sure that everything was all right. There was the possibility of an incident last night, and we wanted to ask the upperclassmen if they had seen any unusual activity. And you can tell that she's kind of winging this because she and all of the other adults on the stage are looking around the room and wondering why none of the enchantment lifts worked. No one? And so some students start raising their hands and asking, like, could you be more specific?
That's what I was going to ask.
Okay, and you say that.
Can you be
She
more
says-
specific?
She says, was anyone out late last night and see students wandering around perhaps where they should not be?
JJ starts to sweat. He's not a huge fan of lying.
And
Are we
people
in danger?
murmur and say, no, we didn't see anybody. No, like, again, be, you know,
Are we in danger?
just no one is in danger. We just think that maybe some of you might have snuck outside and gotten into some hijinks to celebrate being back for another school year. We understand your celebratory spirit and we encourage it. We usually expect this thing around homecoming, but on day one, admittedly, we are caught by surprise.
Okay.
Seniors, and she's looking around, and you know she's seeing other students who are just kind of, some of them are kind of loving this. Most of them are kind of lost because this is actually their first year too. And then there's just a lot of them that are just like, what opportunity to let us know. One student asks, what will happen if you find the people who did it? And then the one of the taller, lanky gentleman behind her replies immediately, did what? To the crowd, and is now laser focused on that student. Someone from Sapphire. And
Am I close to them? I like kind of scoot away from that student. If they're close to me, I sort of like sort of shift like, ooh.
You're not. It's everyone's kind of keeping their own distance more or less, except for like a few maybe cliques of 2 or 3 people. And she says, oh, "Very well."
Did they hurt anybody?
No one has been hurt.
So what's the problem? I'm like saying this behind that student, kind of like this.
Miss, so the taller man is kind of like eyeing the back of Lisegoy's head, and Lisegoy can feel it, so she turns and glances at him and decides to come clean. She says, this school is meant to be a haven for each of you. I said this yesterday, or said this, yeah, I said this at the beginning of last weekend, that you all are here for unique reasons, and that you're all protected here. That this school is meant to be a home for you when perhaps no other school would be. We value your safety, your sanctuary greatly. And if there are those who do not belong at this school, we want to understand what they are doing here and how they managed to find us. However, if students were just disguising themselves with harmless fun, that is of less of a concern. And we would greatly appreciate knowing that we have nothing to fear. Yes, young man.
You said this school was a haven for everybody, but then you also said that there are people that shouldn't be here.
Nice. The taller gentleman says, people who are not students at this school are not meant to be at this school. People who are not professors here to teach those students are not meant to be here. If someone comes wandering out of the woods and happens upon this school, I am very interested in to know how they did that.
Okay. I like sink back into the crowd. Who said that? Did I recognize the person that said that very menacingly? Do I know who they are?
I mean, you saw him for the first time this morning.
Okay.
It's the same group of people who were crowding around Thomas earlier, but less of them.
Is it that blonde guy who he was like, I'm sorry about your dad?
No, I'll go ahead and describe this guy. Hank, as you so far know him as, is
Thomas.
also not here.
Right.
This man, he's a tall, lanky man. He's about 6 feet tall. He's got shaggy auburn hair. Shiny. His hair is shiny, not shaggy. There's too many shaggy-haired people already. So he has glossy auburn hair. What?
I'm just joking. Keep going.
You see it, let it go.
Okay. He's a 6 foot tall man with a lanky build, with shiny auburn hair, with a bit of a gray silver streak in it. His posture is he's been slouching this whole time. He's biting his lip. He's scowling. He looks very unhappy, just generally. Is what they call resting witch face. Haha. He's wearing a multi-paneled set of robes, like a jacket. And because he's looking at you, you notice his eyes are 2 different colors. So yeah, he's interesting. He's notable.
Notable, different colored eye man. Okay.
Yeah.
I sink back into the crowd, and I'm kind of just like.
And okay, and she says, one other bit of, what is the expressions case? She goes, and one last thing. If anyone should discover a new pet wandering around the halls, please let a staff member know as soon as possible before someone gets hurt.
Is this where the trash can where Diamond has been chilling because she was supposed to be listening to this whole conversation for us? Is this where she all of a sudden like jiggles the trash can that she's at and everyone like looks over? Is that a thing that can happen, or?
You tell me. You're her buddy. She's your familiar. He's your familiar. She. She's your familiar.
Yeah. Diamond definitely like got to the bottom of the trash can and is like jiggling it around, trying to get like the last little wrapper of something from breakfast.
The whole crowd head just darts over to the corner, and immediately, Sarah, the custodian, she jumps down off the stage and runs over, and she goes, what?
Sorry, that's mine.
She's and she like it's and kind of like looking at you and looking back at the table, like, and then trash can, like I don't want to pick it up, but and just kind of just okay, yeah, it's not what it's a big rat.
What are you looking for? I say it behind my hand and like behind another person from the crowd, anonymously.
And she says, not someone's pet. This is your pet. Looking at.
It's a marsupial. Yes, come here. If I could whistle. Pretend like I can hear it on the thing.
Yeah.
Diamond.
So in the middle of Sarah going, I think I recognize it, and it leaps. Diamond leaps out, scurries across the floor. Everyone's like, oh, wow. Because it's a rodent of unusual size, you know? And then, like, the teachers kind of lose the crowd because now everyone's kind of, like guffawing and laughing and giggling, and so a few of them are screaming just faintly. And she says, all right, everyone, return to your classes. It's still first day of new classes. Thank you so much for your time. And remember what we thank you for. Remember why you're here. Just and Alyssa Goy's like, just kind of like, I almost had that. I almost had the situation figured out. So
I walk back with Paris, like as everybody's kind of filing out. I walk up to Paris and I go, "We're almost in so much trouble. Did Alex not return the thing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean? You were there outside with me. You were disguised as an old."
Hey.
Oh, look, nobody got hurt. It seems like they're just upset we were outside.
Let's go back to class and we can resume this conversation after you've zoology and we've divination. We have time between station after you've zoology and we've divination. We have time between that. Like our schedules get crazy.
Okay. Just keep it secret, keep it safe. It's a blood pact now. We're all in this together.
Oh, okay.
We don't actually have to do anything for the blood pact part. It's just something I say. Okay, I'll see you after the next class.
Okay. Bye.
So, Paris, you're heading to divination on the one end of the hall. Great. JJ, you're heading toward the other end to head toward magic
outdoors, where I think
no, actually, right behind you is the tall man in the multifaceted jacket.
Yes.
And he says, would you mind staying for just a moment?
What? What?
Let's cut to Alex, who's upstairs in his room.
What's under my bed?
Huh?
What's
Lots
under or
of
not
crumbs,
under my bed?
a dirty plate.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you even get it up there?
Yeah. Lots of crumbs and a dirty plate.
That's it?
Well, what did you bring up there for your midnight snack? What was it?
I stole. There's some Danish. I know it's like I guess leftover from breakfast. I don't know, but it was still there that night. And I know I took a handful of fruits from what JJ had. You know, I left them there under my bed, but it seems the crumbs have been eaten. That's good. That's good. Well,
I don't know where you keep your broom. I'm gonna assume it's been knocked over.
yeah.
Yeah, under your bed
Mm-hmm.
is a dirty plate and some Danish.
Cool. Great. Awesome. Good news. I gotta start looking around my room a little bit, to see if anything's kicking around in there.
You make your way around the room. It smells.
Mm-hmm.
You hear some faint scratching noises, and as you get closer to all of this, you look under the bed and you see crimson-colored eyes.
Oh no.
Yes. You see the head of a rooster wearing rose-colored glasses. And then under that is the body of a lizard. If he had gone to class, you would all... And under that is a body of a lizard with bat wings standing on its on two legs. And it is bobbing around, just kind of clucking aimlessly.
Buddy, how you doing? All right. Well, it looks like people might be looking for you, bud. So we gotta find a safer place to put you. I guess. I don't know. You did all right. I guess I could let you free. Maybe. I don't know. And I reach my arm out towards him to try to give him a pat, but like cautiously, because I know that he can be a little temperamental.
Oh man. Okay, because you're doing this cautiously, I will allow this. I will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of just clucks and just moves its head around. Like, it's not... Sorry, bud. It's not really interested in you.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, poor Alex. Looking for love in all the wrong places.
Alex, what are you wearing? Describe your outfit today.
I woke up today trying to be inconspicuous, so I'm just wearing as like standard robes. I was trying not to stand out today because in case something happened.
Okay.
So just kind of standard.
Yeah. All right. So. Yeah, he's not going to attack you.
Okay.
He's just kind of this idiot bird, just kind of meandering around under someone's bed. And I'll say that because I like you, I will say that it kind of like wanders over toward you, maybe with the expectation that you might have more food.
Buddy. Yeah, I definitely squirreled some stuff away at breakfast. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, then it could definitely tell.
Yeah. I guess I try to hand him some food, see if he'll take it.
Sorry, come again?
I use my other hand. Like the first one was kind of try to pat at him. The other one I'm gonna hold up some waffle. I was like, here you go.
Yeah, it was a very syrupy breakfast this morning. French toast and waffles. Okay. Yeah, if you want, you can pick it up.
Okay.
I want you to roll for it just to see how successful
Absolutely.
you are.
Totally fair.
Let's. Yes. Well, what's your approach then? Now you're trying to charm it. Yeah. You're trying to be gentle. Let's just make it a charm roll.
Shoot, I just realized I didn't have my page up. My charm. Ah, it's on the screen. We're fine. It's my 12.
Well, charm's a good one for you. Yeah. But it is a chicken monster, so what happened?
So, I have a +1 just because I am a charming little child. I did still roll in that one.
Oh dear.
It's not a critical failure, but it's pretty bad.
Not great.
I have to do it. I'm sorry. So it thinks you're attacking him now.
Oh yes.
Oh, you got lucky, friend. You got lucky. He just starts flapping his wings at you really hard, which I'm sure makes it very difficult to pick him up. So you drop him again, and now he's just sitting on top of someone's. He's standing on top of someone's bed, walking around now.
Oh my god.
Buddy.
And that's when, Alex, did you get your things?
Yeah, and I grab. Are there any books around? Anyone's books that might be nearby.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's one or two sitting on a nightstand, that was put there last night for different set of classes that you don't have today. So,
Great.
yeah, someone probably left their books on a nightstand.
Cool. I'm gonna take someone's book and put it in my bag.
Okay, you throw that in your bag?
Yeah. Ah, shit. No, I don't think.
Fast.
As the door is opening,
Yeah.
what did you do with Enzo?
Yeah.
He's already proving himself not to be a good pet owner. What's happening?
There's a vaguely British...
I'm getting changed as well. I'm sorry. Can you wait a second? Sorry, I realized that this was old underwear. I'm so sorry. I'll be right out.
3 inches ajar, and says,
classic.
Well, all right, well, best you hurry. You're already late for your first class, and now we're both going to be in a little hot water.
Oh, yes. No, I'm so sorry. 2 seconds. And I take all of the food that I have left. Okay, so this room, is there like an adjoining bathroom or anything else? Any other escape directions?
So
throw Enzo out the window.
There, the way I like to envision the setup, because I haven't done much of it, but I imagine that there are like the bedroom kind of thing where a few, like 3 or 4 people share a bedroom that is connected to what you would then call like the common space, and in that common space, actually, you know what? No, I have a bit of a map. Give me a moment to pull it up. You're in Amber?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. There is a bathroom that's connected to the common space, like adjacent to your room. But you have to leave your room to get to the bathroom to get to the exit.
Got it. Okay. I dive under my bed and I throw all of the little extra bits of food and anything that I grabbed at breakfast. And I just kind of like tuck that into the corner. And Enzo, so just, you need to stay hidden and you need to stay down here. I'm gonna go to class. We'll figure this out later. Don't let anyone find you, buddy. You don't want to go down to that dirty, stinky dungeon. It'll be okay. I got you.
All set. You all right, man?
Yep. Oh, I just gotta get the other leg in.
Dear God.
All right. All right. Tom comes in and he's kind of doing that thing. He's got his head up.
Cool. I like crawl out from under my bed.
That catches his attention. Like he doesn't realize that's like. Did I just see that? Kind of. No.
Sorry, I'm very nervous about people seeing. Anyhow, I'm all set.
I got nothing to be worried about. You know. I remember my first year, and he starts like taking you under his wing.
Me too, and I immediately like, oh yeah, and I like grab his arm and get him out of the room as fast as possible.
Okay, great. The two of you way down because you're now being ushered by him to a degree. Make your way toward the other side of the building, out the front door, and then we'll catch up with you there in a moment.
Cool. Super duper.
I think we need to jump back to JJ as he's being interrogated.
Oh yeah.
They say, and he's looking at you, and he's kind of got his eye on the orangutan as well. This is Jeremy, is it?
It's JJ, actually. Jeremy is my dad.
JJ. Oh, sorry.
What's your name? Hi.
I'm Professor Antari. You can call me Kel.
Okay. Cool.
JJ, last night, you were with 3 other students.
When?
And last night.
Okay.
I have it on good word that you were with 3 other students and an old woman, a hag. And I mean that in the strictest sense. Not placing any judgment on this woman, but I'm told that she was a professor. Now, while you went to the bathroom, your orangutan found Thomas, our liaison to the student body, and he found the other 3 students and the old woman.
Wait, you're saying that I was with 3 students and an old woman, and then I was in the bathroom and there were 3 students with an old woman?
Yes, they talked to Thomas.
There were 6 students?
Come again?
What are you talking about? Last night, I remember having dinner and then it didn't really agree with me, so I had to go to the bathroom, and then I was in there for a long time, like a long time. And then I think maybe orangutan thought that maybe I was sick, and so he probably went to go get Tom. So I mean, I was in there for like hours.
He's biting his lip.
Because of the food. So, yeah. Anyways, that's where I was
You were in the bathroom.
for hours.
Hours.
Hours
Coming from dinner.
from dinner.
Why did they say that you were with them?
Who's they?
There were 3 students.
Uh,
One of them said that the other member of their group had gone to the bathroom while they were studying herbology or some nonsense.
What?
This all happened because your orangutan was wandering in the halls and found
Look.
our students. So,
I can't control my
answer me this,
orangutan.
JJ.
Does, okay.
Why was your orangutan wandering in the halls then?
He was probably looking for Tom because I was having some distress.
Why wouldn't you go to the nurse? You've met the nurse.
I don't have any control over my orangutan. If I had a chance to go to the magic zoology class I'm supposed to be at right now, I could probably figure it out. But you know what? There's a lot of this, ooh, who's this? Where are you supposed to go? I don't even want to be at this school, okay? My orangutan doesn't listen to me. He doesn't listen to you. I was pooping a lot because of what I had to eat at this school. It's been a tough day. It's been a tough 2 days. So unless somebody is murdered or hurt, I don't think any of that happened, then I don't understand. I don't understand what the problem is. JJ is like sweating because he doesn't usually like talk back to people like this, but he's actually very fed up with this magic school and all of its shenanigans. And it kind of snapped a little bit. So he's a little like, sorry. Breakfast was better.
There's been a woman standing in this group this whole time who you may have heard mention something last night, but I wasn't doing voices because a lot was happening. She's with this small crowd of adults who are gathered around you. And she says, JJ, we just want to know why would people say that you were with them then?
Who
You just
said
want
I
to know
was
who
with
they
them?
are.
I don't know who these people are. Who said I was with them?
There were 3 students that nobody recognizes, and an old woman who claimed to be a professor.
Okay. Was I with these 3 students?
No, but your familiar led them to them.
Okay.
They said a
Ask my
student was missing, so
familiar.
that means that you were that student.
Wait, they said a student was... My familiar said to you a student was missing?
And she goes, Jeremy, no.
It's
And
JJ.
and the man is looking at her like this isn't working. And she says, 3 students said that one of their group was away. Your orangutan was away. Ergo, you were the student who was away.
I was away in the bathroom, if that's what you mean away means. I was put away. I couldn't stand. Honestly, I was sweating. It was horrible. I don't know.
And she says, JJ, I'm a telepath and I'm trying very hard not to think about it. Who were the 3 students? Or who was the professor?
She says
Can you
she's the
describe
telepath. I just start imagining in my brain just like horrible poop. I just like the worst stomach pain. I just start imagining. I fill my brain with just the worst experience. Like Taco Bell, like 2 days later after you had it and then went right to bed and then you woke up the next day and you were just like, oh God, that's what is in my brain right there. And I'm just like thinking about it over and over again. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. My orangutan does what he wants. If you can talk to him, I sure would love to ask him a few questions.
Okay. And
Are they in trouble, the other 3?
and she now looks at her good cop, bad cop, or whatever. She looks at bad cop, and like with a knowing glance, and then looks back at you and says, "And the cockatrice. Roll grit.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! I got 2.
Whatever you were thinking about is now thinking about a cockatrice, and she can tell. She sees you flinch. Like, not you given like a dead ringer. It's not like she's got your tells. She's not deep in your head, but she can tell that that triggered something.
A cockatrice. Those are, you have those?
The who do I want to do this? He Kel asked for your sheet, your schedule.
I
says
give it.
and says you're supposed to be at Magic Zoology right now, you said?
Yeah.
Do you give it to him?
I don't want to, but I also can't not. I mean, he's a teacher. I sort of like reach into my bag and I'm like, yeah, do you know how to get there? Can you show me? And I hold it up to him like this.
You hold it up. Okay. He says, I think it would be good for you to go to class. And she, who, let me describe her a little bit because I don't want to just keep like this nameless woman. She's short. She's short stature, like golden brown skin, shiny black hair, gold eyes, much more compassionate, and just like has a much kinder air about her, more inviting of an individual. And she says, yes, yes, JJ, it right up front. I'll show you. And
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
and
Are we in danger, this school? Because I don't know. I feel like my parents can't come and, nobody I know can show up, and I feel pretty isolated here and now. Everybody seems to be really freaked out about students being outside. What's wrong with students being outside?
do you go with her, or are you just standing there? She kind of like
Um,
opened like the invitation to like, I'll escort you to class.
in my
And so
brain, I
you have the chance to leave this bubble if you want.
I mean, in my head, I'd said it to both of them before we left.
Okay, cool. I love that you did that. All right. Hell, his like guard kind of softens. Like he's still slouching, but now he's slouching because he's feeling like a small person, not because he's bitter. And he says, I understand, JJ. This school is often in danger, so it's something I take very seriously. But I don't want you to worry. This was not meant to worry you. I don't like when I don't know what's going on.
I mean, who knows? It could have just been a couple kids exploring some like hallways and stuff, and maybe they just found their way outside and got scared that something was in the woods and, dressed up. I don't know. There's a lot of things that could have happened that don't seem to need to be punished at all.
He takes that into consideration, and like he's trying to be a professor, but you can tell like he's just internalizing it and feeling a little worse. And she looks at him and says, nothing went, like everything else is in place? Nothing went wrong? He says, looks at you, you're probably right. You should get to class.
Nice to meet you both.
Likewise,
I sort
AJ.
Thanks. Walk off with the lady.
Damn it. You didn't even have to do a fucking adversity token thing with your innocence. I really thought
You didn't even make me roll for influence. You just bought it, baby. Look at this. Look at this face.
That's not how this game works. Yeah, you're right. I should have made you do a charm roll. You're right. Okay, fine. I'll get you one. I'll get you one.
No, you are.
I'll let you have
I
one.
won. I win already.
Actually, no, I do. Actually, I'm gonna let everything that happened just happen, but I do need you to make a charm roll to see if he buys it.
I should have kept my stupid.
He's decided to let you
mouth
go
shut.
because you said the right things and he sympathizes. But
So can I roll
What'd
with
you roll?
advantage that doesn't exist?
what'd you roll?
An 8 off of my D10, which is pretty solid. And I get for charm,
Solid?
I get +1 because I'm a baby boy who's very
Yes.
tall and big
You
and
rolled a 9.
broad-shouldered.
Okay, he's not convinced, but he doesn't think that there's anything left to like. This kid's not the problem. He still thinks something's fishy, obviously, but
Who doesn't love fish?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, fine. By this point, Eris
Funny.
should have made it to divination. I apologize, Justin. We are going so very out of order now, but it's not my fault.
And I'm in class with Anahit, right?
Yes.
We're in the same class.
Yeah, Anahit has gotten the beginning of the class where the professor. Oh my god, I actually need to double check who the professor is before I continue.
Oh my god, if it was that golden-eyed professor, Anahit's just been sitting in a room with no teacher.
No, that's they pulled people that they could. They should have gotten a divination one who can see the future.
Isn't that the
I'm
rule
so
where
sorry.
if the teacher's not there for
did
15
not make
minutes?
a note card for this professor because I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't think we'd actually get that far into it. Okay, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Mm-hmm.
You didn't think you'd make it to the beginning of class?
No throw shade. He let you
Oh, this is
survive.
gonna be okay. Cool. Okay. Anahit, you walked into a room that is just decorated like crazy. It's very theater in the round. There's that traditional round table with ornate tablecloth in the center of the room, and everyone's kind of sitting around it. What is it like? The Greek theaters of yore, amphitheater style. You know, it's not there wasn't desks or chairs. They're just kind of sitting in these rings that are raised up as it goes around the table. The whole room is decorated with all sorts of stuff, and you probably recognize a great deal of it. There's portraits that ornate pictures that are from tarot cards. There's bits and bobs and balls and bones just everywhere. Too much for me to describe right now, and it's not that important. In the center of the room is a woman who is she's a great beauty, but in a kind of sense that like you almost look at her and go, oh, you're the wicked stepmother. Like there's just something that has this air of deviousness or danger to her, but it's not because she's projecting any bad vibes. She's just got that look. And this is what Paris is walking into as well. But Anahit, you got the introductory essay about what divination is in a broad sense, what its many uses are, and that you'll be going over everything. So we're not going to get into great detail of that.
Okay.
Okay. But by this point, Paris is now joining the class. So she looks over at Paris and says something akin to, and there she is. And Paris, everyone's kind of noticing that you're this late addition, and people know why the seniors were held back. But you're the only senior in this introductory class. So it's just you.
Sees Paris and is like,
If you'll find your seat. And she says that with this kind of like knowing expression, like, get it? because you have the sight, or something like that. You know what I mean? What?
Yeah.
So,
And where's my seat? Is my seat next to Anahit?
do you
Is
want
it
to
behind
be?
her? Is it in front?
Everyone is sitting in this one big, like a few big rings, auditorium style. No, sorry, amphitheater style. So there's no actual seats.
Oh, like that. Oh. Well, seats in an auditorium, though, right?
I wish I hadn't said the word auditorium. Think of it as,
Risers, right?
remember, yes, risers
Oh,
is a
it's
better way to put
risers?
it. Yeah, thank you. That's a word. I know what that is. Me trying to be all magical
I
and
know
come
what
up
risers are.
with
Okay.
archaic expressions.
Yeah, cool. So it's like bench seats, right? Kind of like the risers.
Yeah,
So
but in the form of rings, concentric circles that rise up so that
Mhm.
everyone has a great view of this
Oh,
table.
yeah, ring
Like he
seats. Yeah,
does
yeah. Risers. Yeah,
education
yeah.
in the round.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go slide next to Anahit.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
Sorry. You guys, are you talking or?
Oh.
yeah,
Are you
what? Yeah. Hey,
Okay.
Paris, what happened? Like, why did they make you stay behind?
Can't tell you too many details right now. I don't want anybody to hear it. We're supposed to meet the boys after class. We're fine, okay? We didn't say anything. There was some other random tall dangly kid who I think that they think it's him. So I think we're good.
What about the chicken thing? Snickin'? No?
Naked.
Okay. Well, yeah,
We
let's
gotta
talk
be cool.
after. Okay.
It's gotta be cool. What did I miss? What was the first part of the class?
Oh, it was just like intro to divination, you know, just the basic stuff.
So,
Oh gosh.
Yeah, the
Anahit,
regular introduction stuff.
I don't know if I
Like every
mentioned
other.
this to you, Anahit, but I don't do too well in school sometimes.
Oh no.
this is why I'm trying not to dish out all the information. And I'm sorry to say this, but I feel like, Liana, I feel like you kind of know what we're going to get into. So I feel like I don't need to tell you what. And so, because I'm trying to leave Paris in the dark as much as I can.
You know,
So
they just had a
do I
question
need-
on the- on my
Do I
phone.
need to like explain to her then, like the basics that we covered?
I mean, basically, she just kind of explained what foresight and fortune telling is,
Okay.
you know. And
Yeah.
you know what? I'll let her continue off and say, and that, so the professor goes on to say something akin to that many people believe divination is having something akin to a memory of something that hasn't happened yet, or deja vu, or its many other forms. But it's not as clear as that. It is an interpretive art. Anyone can be divine, and though some may have the sight or the gift, it really is a task that anyone can achieve. And so, what we're here to do in this class is determine which method of divination is best for you. We're here to find your unique divining rods. Now, I would love to hear if anyone has any experience with divination, or what they think might be their preferred method. So she opens it up to the class now, which is you two.
Are we the only ones in there?
No, there's tons of
Okay.
students, and hopefully they'll chime in the chat. But this is also an opportunity for you to raise
Okay.
your hands and speak out if you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone?
I-
Anyone at all?
Yeah. Raise
Yes.
my hand. I play around with tarot cards. That counts, right?
Of course it counts. Tarot is surprisingly one of the oldest and most trustworthy forms of divination. It's been popularized and repackaged and even converted into a toy, but it has its roots deep, deep within history and the magical world. So, yes, if, as long as we peel away the facade of the new and focus on the original text, as it were, tarot is a wonderful form of divination, and it's obviously one of my favorites. Very complex, though. There's a lot to learn there, so we'll take our time before getting to tarot. Yes, right next to, because you're right next to her, so she sees your hand.
Hey, yeah, I guess my grandma was really into it before she passed. I mean, she's able to see things and thinks that I start a big makeup empire in the future. Something that has to do
Ooh.
with ColourPop.
Uh,
But she's passed now, so I don't know how she did it. I don't really want to talk about her anymore, but I know that that was a thing.
Okay, we don't have to talk about her. Let's focus on you. So,
Okay.
in your family history, you have someone who was skilled with divination and gave you a pretty nice prophecy. That sounds like the kind of thing we all want to hear. And I see you are in Ruby, the House of Dreamers. So I wouldn't be surprised if you start a vast entrepreneurial empire.
I mean, who
And
knows, right? I mean, she could have just been nice. It could have just been in her old age.
well, we do often love to, and she kind of like talks to Horum, so she's not like putting you down on this. Like we love to share our flights of fantasy and our aspirations and compliments with the ones we care about. The trick is noticing when is actually good news and when is bad news and accepting what simply is. Um, a student raises his hand and says, "Can we try tarot on each other or the teacup thing? You know, with the leaves." It's just, yes, we are going to try every form because that's the best way to experience and to learn is to try it hands on. You won't know if you're skilled at something unless you try it. So, anyone else want to share their history with a form of divination that they might have experience with? And looks at you again, says, "Because yes."
Do you know this lady? On my shirt?
I don't know who's on your shirt.
Miss Cleo!
Oh my God, that's right. You told me it was Miss Cleo. God, I'm sorry, I forgot that.
I think I might have a loose idea of what this divination thing is. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it. I don't know.
About that. She says, I'm not that familiar with it. And you can tell that well, I like to believe you could tell she's kind of lying. And she says, is she a numerologist? With all the phone number on your shirt. Anyone else? She goes, I would love to share one of my favorite forms of divination. It's kind of one that we have for fun. The fortune cookie. And does anyone here know about the fortune cookie? And she looks at you and says, I should have expected Miss Crowley would know a thing or two about divination.
Yeah. Do you mean like that thing, the paper thing, the paper fortune cookie? Is that what you're talking about?
She says, I love this. She says, oh, no, I'm referring to, and she kind of like opens up to the room, and you could tell it like she's kind of surprised that you didn't catch this. So take this to mean what you want. She says, so the mundane community has a fun little exercise they do where in Asian restaurants you are presented with a treat in the form of a folded cookie inside having a strip of paper. And it's believed that the cookie can offer you good fortune or advice and sometimes predict the future the same way that the newspaper might. And she thinks she's so fucking funny.
He just nudges her and is like, is she serious right now? Like, it's not like real divination.
I know. Were you talking about a cootie catcher?
I don't know.
No.
People call it all sorts of things.
And
Oh, cool.
she goes
Fortune
on.
cookie.
Do I want to actually put you guys through this or not? Let's pause here. No, I'm gonna put you guys through it because I want you guys to have. I want to see where this goes. All right. She says, in the early 1900s, the turn of the century, San Francisco's Chinatown wanted to become more of a tourist attraction. So they came up with the idea of a fortune cookie. Now, many people speculate on the true origins of where it came from. Some believe it was a Chinese immigrant named David Young who founded the Hong Kong Noodle Company and invented the cookie shortly thereafter. He created it and passed it out onto the streets just to offer goodwill, to everyone, each containing a tiny strip of paper with an inspirational scripture from the Bible or possibly Confucius on it, things like that, that were written to him by ministers of the area. Others claim it was a Japanese immigrant named Makoto Magiwara who invented it for a tea garden in the Golden Gate State Park. And he was an avid gardener until an anti-Japanese mayor fired him from his position. So once he was had the opportunity to be reinstated and become a public figure again, to show his deep appreciation for everyone giving him his old job back, he decided to place a thank you note deep inside of a cookie. And he passed it out to everyone who had helped him along the way, and then began serving them at his Japanese tea garden. This is all just a fun little story to show that divination can come from uninspired sources. I'm not saying that fortune cookies are real. After all, they are a product of the mundane world, but you never know where good fortune, good advice, inspiration might come from. So with open minds, I would like us all to begin. All right, so then we're going to cut from there. And now it's about time that the boys make it to their class.
Did I get to class before him?
Mm-hmm.
Did I make the class before him? I tried to, despite.
Ooh. I want to do a roll.
Yeah, I actually don't know because you decided to hold yourself up and he was held up by others. So you both were held up. I didn't time the scenarios or how long it would get there, but I feel like you're at a disadvantage, Alex, because you had to traverse most of the building.
But I ran intentionally.
Okay. Then let's do a flight roll, and based on how hard your flight roll, how your flight roll is, yeah, let's compete. Are you also booking it there, JJ?
No, I would say I'm walking pensively with the golden-eyed lady. And I just wanted, and I'm asking her about cockatrices, because I'm telling her all about the Forgotten Realms books and how we have cockatrices and how I'm so excited that cockatrices are real, but wouldn't they be kept under the school and in its own little cage? I say, shouldn't it be there, maybe, perhaps somewhere safe? So I am trying to charm her into giving me information about where the cockatrice is at the moment.
Sounds like that would take some
charm.
time.
Let's start with that, because you literally said that.
I did, and I said it because my charm is a D10. That's That's not too bad, eh?
I
Here we
see
go.
your boy.
Here we go. Here we go. And I'm
Get
such a
all of my
cute little
cards
boy.
mixed up.
Boom!
Oh, I lost her.
I got a 4. 3
Oh, there
plus
she is.
1.
You got a 4?
Yeah, 3 plus 1. Because
Okay.
I'm adorable. And maybe I'm trying, you know, the reason is because I'm talking around the idea of where it's located and trying very hard not to be like, I know that it should be under the school. So I'm like talking in fits and starts, and then there's awkward silence. And then in my book, it would do this. And where would you keep something like that? Maybe that's kind of how the conversation's going.
Okay, well, she says, well, JJ, I don't teach the class you're approaching. I don't have a lot of experience with magical creatures, so I would pose those questions to your Professor Penwalton.
Is
I
there a
think she can
way?
answer that. But your theories, I find rather intelligent. I think it would be a very good idea to maybe house it under the school. How did you think of that?
Forget that she's a telepath, and I immediately clear my mind, and I go, you know, Dritz lived in an underground cave. Let me tell you all about his family lineage, just in very vivid detail for the next 10 minutes.
Oh my God, you're awful.
And I,
Well,
and I
the
do
good
know.
news
What's up?
is, I've lost her card, and I don't really want to keep her around anymore anyway. What was your flight roll?
Just kill her.
I'm not gonna kill her. She just has things to do, you know.
It disappears
Got
forever.
class to teach and think, yeah.
Sorry, what were your guys' flight rolls?
Mine was 5.
Oh, mine was. Uh-oh, I exploded on my flight roll, so I got a 4,
Oh, come on.
and then a 2, so I got a 6.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so on your way around the bend, here's how this is gonna go then. So JJ, you've managed to go outside, and she starts to lead you to your class because all the other students who have met out front have now moved to where their actual class is. So she has to escort you the entire way around. But before she bends that first corner, out of the front door, hearing it open, comes Thomas and Alex. So upon seeing them, she hands you off to Thomas and Alex, who are right behind you.
Oh. Hey, Alex, what's up? I thought you were in class. Did something happen, Tom? Is everything okay?
I thought maybe I had some of my books in the room still, and I grabbed. I did, and I grabbed a couple of them for the day, and I just
brought them in my bag. Remember I said I had them before we left lunch? I was like,
that's
I have your
that's the
book.
other book that I was missing. That one. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tom, for bringing us all the way here. Don't you have class or something? Well, it's time to learn, huh?
And Tom looks at you and says, "You fancy me dropping you off here in the middle of, outside by yourselves?"
Oh, is this not it?
There's nobody around.
Yeah.
Man, glad we got a map guy here now.
Oh, that's right. I pull out my map and I look at it. Does it show where class is?
No, because again, you guys are off outside of the building.
Oh.
So
I remember it doesn't work. I say and stop saying and then put it back in my pocket and go, Tom, I would love to. My map doesn't work. That's in wild. It doesn't work outside of the school. How? What? That's so Raven.
Huh. We learned that now.
I kind of want you guys to both make charm rolls, but you don't have to. All right, so
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. You said it. Let me roll my cool dice.
Mine exploded, so I'm cool with
Damn it. I mean, darn it. I got a 3.
Woohoo.
A 2 plus 1.
20, baby. Total of 20.
You person.
I was just confused. All right, so he leads you guys
I
around
got
the
2
building.
adversity tokens. What's up? I failed 2 rolls? Sorry. I failed the original charm roll against what's her face that you then
Right, you do get
deleted out of
adversity. Thank you
existence,
for
and
remembering
then
that.
I failed this one.
So you guys are basically being led the way that you came in, except now it's daytime and you can see that there isn't a clear path, but that the grass is shorter in this area, that the trees aren't really hugging up against the building, that you can easily walk along the edge of the building where you off in the distance see some students kind of sticking out from behind the wall. They are gathered on the far side of the building than where you are. So as you make your way down, what are you guys doing? What are you thinking? I just kind of want to know what's going through your heads.
I'm kind of looking at Alex because I literally told him, like, as we were leaving that I had his books. So for him to go run and get books is weird. Because I told him not even 5 minutes before we got separated. So I'm like looking at him kind of like this. And we're just kind of walking next to each other, and I'm just sort of like looking at him. Hey, Tom, I say, do you happen to know what this class is about? Like, is there like a specific animal we're supposed to be looking at?
Oh, I have a good idea, but I don't want to spoil the surprise. Hopefully you haven't missed it yet. If you do, come find me though, because I absolutely love creatures, not just magical ones. I mean, you're going to learn about magical creatures, and you're going to learn about a lot of them. Miss Penn Walton she's a big fan of animals, and animals love her as well.
Yeah, because I heard it was I don't want to spoil it. You're right. Sorry, one of your other, when I got held back, they were saying that you had this specific type of creature that was in this book series I love, so I'm hoping it's that.
Oh, well, what's the series?
Oh, have you ever heard of the Forgotten Realms series?
No.
Oh, you'd love it. There's a dark elf who like fights with two scimitars, and there's a cockatrice animal that he has to fight like a flock of cockatrices, and so I don't know. They said something about that when I was talking to them, and I was like, that would be so cool to actually like see one in person.
He's trying like really hard to keep a straight face, but it's kind of on this roller coaster where you probably can't gauge what he's thinking because his thoughts are darting around so many places at this moment. Oh my god, why are you being such a chore?
Well, I feel like I was betrayed, so that that's why I'm sort of asking all these questions.
He goes, honestly, if trust me, it's a great class. I mean, I'm biased because I absolutely love animals. I have so many pets at home. I have like a badger and a toad and an eagle and a snake and a dragon and well, I'm hoping to get a dragon, but that's a long story. Anyway, what's going through Alex's head?
Alex is just letting them have a conversation. He was content that his little bit of fibbage that he went towards to both of them really seemed to not be too suspicious.
As you're thinking that, you hear me in the conversation say, they seem to be worried that something like that could have gone missing in the school. That would just be dangerous, right? Because aren't cockatrices, can't they petrify things? Can't they scratch things? And aren't they poisonous? I say loudly in Alex's direction.
Again, I could probably go on and on about it, but I want Professor Penn Walton really loves this class, especially the first day class. So I don't want you, I don't want to step on her toes. I want you both to make brains rolls for me.
Okay.
Or something I'm okay at.
I rolled a 4, which means
Yeah,
I explode because I got tiny brains. Let's see what my real number is.
Yeah.
6.
I got a 7. I'm not rolling great today.
What? Man, I'm trying to give you guys the benefit of the doubt here. What is your capstone on your die, JJ, for brains? 12?
12.
12.
I mean, that's better than half. It's like a D. I got a D on my roll.
All right. I'm just gonna move on.
Did
you
we
guys,
fail? Do I get an adversity token?
I wanted to do a perception check, and again, that's not how this game works, but it's something I really like.
I'm giving myself
So
a
you just don't
adversity
notice what I'm hoping you would notice. And because neither of you thought about it on your own means you don't get to know what it is. Because that was your second chance with me doing the brains roll. So you guys make your way to that wooden corner of the castle where
Do I see the doors we came out of last night?
God, were you looking for them?
Well, I'm assuming that's what the class is standing around, but I want to know if that's where they're at.
No. Okay, so you didn't see them. On a 7, this is what I'll tell you. You didn't see them. You saw the patch of brambles. Do you remember those?
I do.
And then you feel like you've walked too far, maybe.
Good thing neither of us
So
noticed.
you didn't see them, and now you feel like you're not going to see them.
I kind of look at Alex like, okay, thank you.
It's fine. It's totally fine. I'm rolling with all of the punches, by the way. But now you guys arrive to your class. So again, either one of you were there for the introduction.
Which would have been fantastic, by the way.
I'm sure it would have been. Anyway, so what you walk in on is that woman with the purple hat, gray hair, big like cat eye glasses.
Perfect timing.
This is. Did you read the chat?
I did.
Okay. Don't worry if you all are late to the class. So is everyone today. Thanks for being here. See, and all of you catch in the middle of a class a woman gesturing at a brightly colored bird. It is partly red, partly gold, with shiny feathers, and it's sitting on the arm of a teenage girl with patchy skin, and that's all I'm going to say for that because you all missed the intro. And she... God, I prepared so much, so you guys are going to get some of this, or I'll be damned. And some of the students go, hi, hi, like greeting you guys as you come in. It's a friendly class. And she says, and Pliny the Elder says it tallies fairly closely to having, fairly closely to the golden pheasant of the Far East. But again, it's very different. And it's got, and one of the ways you can tell is because it's got a little crest of feathers on his head. And she goes, now, there's no clear consensus about the coloration. It doesn't have to look like a golden pheasant. Some birds are red and yellow. Some are multicolored. Generally, it's warm tones, but they can even become like a reddish purplish, which is probably how the phoenix got its name, because phoenix loosely translates to red purple bird.
Is that a phoenix? I look at JJ
I
as
look
we
over and
both
notices both of you. And she says, yeah, this is a phoenix, not a sunbird, not a Benu, and like looking back at the class. And she goes, and this is, she goes, oh, were you part of, right, I was told you guys would be late. This is our school mascot. Who wants to help me name the bird, chat? Who wants to help me name? I'm so glad you guys, because this was something I was going to do at the beginning of the class, and because you said this, now I get to do it again. And she goes, this is our school mascot.
We didn't want to do this without Kisara because, you know, everyone should be involved. That's why
Yeah.
I made you wait so long to get to the scene. You're welcome.
That's why.
Kisara, Jump in. What do you guys want to name the bird? This is one of the things I'm letting the chat do. They can
Ooh.
chime out whenever they want, but I want them to help me name things because I don't like naming things.
I don't know if I've ever seen or thought of a phoenix order.
She says, well, they are very rare. They're one of the rarest birds. The only thing rarer than phoenixes are phoenix eggs. And so she goes, but Bedelia here is probably middle age, so she's roughly 2.
I love it.
Oh no, that's Justin named it Bedelia. Never mind. This is Fiddlebit Puffertail. Pufferfill? I love this. This is Fiddlebit Pufferfill.
Does it have a nickname?
She goes, yeah. This is Bedelia, but I like because Bedelia is the Celtic goddess of fire, and she's, phoenixes are Greek of origin, which, I'm repeating myself, but I like to call her Fiddlebit Pufferfill because she's so puffy, and she's just she's so pretty.
What does the phoenix do as she's like shoving her hand in its feathers?
The phoenix kind of just like goes, gets like all of the feathers kind of like stand on end a little bit, so it just gets really floofy.
Do they catch on fire? I say as I look at it.
Yeah. And she goes, okay, well, I was getting to that. So the only thing rare than phoenix birds are their eggs. And the way they build a nest is they make an egg-shaped nest made out of cinnamon and spices and like myrrh and sage, really fragrant things. And it's an egg-shaped nest. So they get down in the nest, and their feathers secrete an oil that is what gives them their shine, which is why Bedelia's last name is Glimmer. She's part of the Glimmer family. And she starts like scritching his cheeks and stuff. And she says, and then when she gets about the time of her death that she wants to die, she gets in her nest and lights herself aflame and reemerges from the ash as a brand new chick using parthenogenesis.
Bless you.
Which is what?
Oh, bless you. I'm so sorry. Did you sneeze?
Yeah. And that's why most of them are female, because they reproduce through parthenogenesis, where the emulation of the egg, and we're not quite sure why, whether it's to protect the egg or to aid in the hatching, but it helps the egg and form, and then the chick emerge from it. So it uses its own fire to help it get itself out of the egg. It's honestly kind of mind-boggling.
As she's talking, I'm trying to remember the shape of the nests we saw last night under the school.
Make a brain roll.
Thinking back to those nests. This is the song I'm singing. I had to try and remember. It's not a very good song because I got a 5. I'd like to spend 3 adversity tokens to make it an 8. Would that work? Is that better than the DC of what it is?
You have inspiration too.
Oh, snap. I use my inspiration. What's up? I don't have to eat all these hot beans. Give me inspiration.
I forgot to award inspiration at the top of the show. I apologize.
Don't worry. I got it, and I'm using it. I'm using it. I'm using it from 2 times. I'm using it from 2 times ago when we all got it.
I told you guys it wouldn't roll over.
Oh, he's using the group inspiration?
No, that didn't roll over either, because I told you guys they wouldn't roll over.
Fine.
Oh.
And we all would have had
I'm
to
so
agree
sorry. I forgot to award inspiration, and I'm fairly certain it went to, let me pull up my notes. Yeah, it was to Paris. Paris got it. The grand makeover that caused all this mayhem.
Oh, that's right.
A very inspiring moment. And it inspired a lot of today's story. So it goes to Paris.
I roll a 5, and then my eyes glimmer.
I will do this. Paris, what I've got planned for you guys though today is probably not very roll heavy. So if you want to award it to him, you can.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Because it's not going to roll over anyways, right? I mean, because I have 5 adversity tokens, So I'll just hold on to those, but I'll give him my inspiration. So go ahead and re-roll.
Yes, I'll take
I
away the
say from
adversity
a
token.
way distance.
I hear in my brain as my eyes glimmer with inspiration and then go away. So I'm like, oh wait, I wasn't very inspired. And then I hear, go ahead and re-roll. And my eyes relight up this
Find
inspiration
it deep
glimmer.
within you.
I
What happened?
will take my other adversity token. So it went from a 5 to a 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend. What's my DC to clear this? If I spend 3 adversity tokens to make it a 6, will I clear it?
You're trying to remember.
I'm trying to remember the shape of the nests.
Yeah. All right. I'll give it. I'll say it's a 5.
Or fine,
be
I
fine.
nudge Alex's arm and I go, the shape of those.
So, would you roll the first time?
A 5?
5.
You
Well,
rolled
I
a
guess I
5.
would. If it's advantage, I would take the 5.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Paris, keep your inspiration.
Okay.
I just
I'll
wanna
give
make-
it to somebody else later when they need it to
Yeah.
distract.
Right. Sure. God.
Yeah,
All right.
hard and fast, baby. Calvin Ball, what's up?
Y'all are just ruining my day. You remember that the nests, or what you were going to call the nest, the swaths of hay that you saw around, did not hold a shape. They were just kind of
She's betting.
flat beds rather than structured nests.
Okay, great.
And you know what? Because I'm being nice right now, you also remember that they did not have a nice fragrance. At no point running around underground
Right.
during that did you guys smell sage and myrrh and cinnamon, you know?
Yeah, it was smelly down there.
I raise my hand like this.
So she's handing the bird off to her TA, who's got one of them big, like, rawhide gloves, so that the TA can then go get the next, or to put the bird away, essentially. It says, everyone say bye to Bedelia.
Bye,
Bye, Puffer Phil.
And she turns around and hears that and says, "Oh, is it? I think that name's better." And
Live here in the school?
she's our school mascot.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there
She's a
is there a
glimmery
way?
beacon of hope and optimism. I went over most of this before you got here. But yes, she's our school mascot, and she lives here in between the stables and the aviary. And coming back out. Well, actually, there's a bit of a moment. So if you guys have any, does anyone else have any other questions about phoenixes before we meet our next friend?
How many birds live here on the campus?
Oh, more than I can say, because between the messenger ravens and pigeons, we do have a lot of birds here. Oh, and then she looks over, and the young girl who looks very interesting is coming out now with